What is this next 90 minutes plus all about? I want to be able to help you really understand the landscape of 2023, help you think about that marketing game plan. How can you make shifts and improvements in your offers? What type of funnel types are working, and together with how this affects your traffic strategy. I'm also going to show you how we successfully scaled to 8+ figures when ad cost is increasing, when attention span is dropping, and what it take to strategically get there. To first create that offer that's proven, to then scaling to that first $1 million creation, and then after that to 8 figures and beyond. Okay, so when it comes to your marketing game plan for this year, there's a lot of things right now that used to work a couple of years back, that used to work 2 years ago, a year ago, that's just completely broken today. In this video, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes to a coaching call that I recently did that literally summarizes all of the different moves you need to be making this year, and why some of these moves are literally the complete polar opposite moves that other marketers are doing right now. And by the end of this video, you're gonna see why that's the case and what it is that you should be doing differently. Let's begin. Let's begin with the problems that we're seeing in 2022. Okay, problem number one is, as you guys said it, right, it's attention. Okay, ultimately, it's harder and harder to get attention, and the reason why it's harder to get attention, number one, is because if you think about what people are seeing and consuming on social media, well, what are they seeing? They're seeing all these different things here, okay? You're seeing the big names like Joe Rogan podcast and seeing people like Elon Musk smoke pot on Joe Rogan, right? There's Hollywood gossip and celebrity stuff, okay? There's Kanye blowing up in the recent months, being cancelled, right? And like thinking about who should we cancel next. And then there's the bikini babes on Instagram, okay? Guys, my eyes are up here, okay? My eyes are over here, okay? And then there's like all the different guru ads out there, right, that's appearing in your pre-roll feed. And the truth is, our attention span is falling, we're getting distracted, and everybody is fighting for your audience attention, and while their attention span is falling less and less and less, and everybody is just, if you don't get somebody's attention in the first 5 seconds, they're gone, right? So if you think about, I always come back to this meme when it comes to attention, right? There's like all these big names, and there's Hollywood, and then there's the ads, and they're all screaming for your audience's attention, okay? And then there's you, okay? So that's the first problem. How do we command their attention so that they actually listen? Now, the second problem you've probably noticed in 2022, and in fact the last 2 years probably, is that something that used to work for a really long time, which is the value ladder, is broken, okay? And I've kind of brought this up, if you've been training with me for a while, I've kind of brought this up maybe about 3 times in the recent months. And the reason why the value ladder is broken is, so for a really long time, this is like the staple of what most marketers model, teach, and preach, right? For the longest time, it has always been create something on the front end, right? Give something away for free in exchange for somebody's name and email, then create a low-ticket product after they opt in. Then after that, from this low-ticket product with a bunch of upsells, try to create a mid-tier type of offer, your core offer, sell this on a presentation or a webinar funnel, and get good when it comes to selling on presentations and webinars. And then after that, ascend them to some sort of high ticket or application funnel or phone call or backend. And the problem with this model is, you will see that first of all, every single step in this funnel is actually a different skill set altogether, okay? Creating a front-end low-ticket product with an order bump and an upsell and 2 upsells with a back end, that's a very complex funnel. And the problem with today's market is that if you use this funnel over here, in most cases, even if you have a good front end, together with an order bump, together with 2 upsells, in most cases, and then you got good at making an offer, making a pitch, you would probably just barely break even. You'll be able to acquire a buyer or a lead for free, which is good news, okay? But the problem is that can no longer be the starting step. This means that the days of being profitable upfront just by doing this is actually over. Today, this is more of a scaling technique where you've got something strong on the back end, and if you want to be able to create something on the front end is actually the back end now. It's actually a scaling strategy. Okay, we'll come to more to that in a second, and how I see this has changed in 2023 and beyond. Same thing for a webinar funnel. You're going to notice that a webinar funnel, the cost per lead has been rising and rising and rising and rising. And the days of putting $1 in and getting back $3 out immediately, those days are gone. Like it's long gone in most segments, in most countries anyway. Let's start with the first one, okay? Now, I would like you to write down outcome and results. Okay, now, a very crucial thing every single time I think about offers, okay, we'll begin with the first slice, right? Because why offers? In our whole framework, okay, when it comes to creating $1 million creation, you'll notice that it always begins with the offer. It's never about the ad, it's not about the traffic, it's not about the marketing campaign, it's not even about the funnel. It all begins with the offer. You could have a really strong traffic strategy with a bad offer and it will not convert. But you could literally have an amazing offer with a traffic strategy, which is basically just posting on Facebook that says, buy my stuff, okay? And that will convert better than the most amazing traffic strategy in the world with a bad offer, okay? So a great offer with a bad traffic strategy can convert, but a bad offer with a great traffic strategy will get you nothing, okay? So that's why it begins with the offer, okay? So let's begin with the outcome and results. Now for this year and moving forward, I want to be able to change how you look at offers forever. And I want to be able to do that by explaining the outcome and results via Super Mario. Okay. Now this was obviously one of the biggest games I played as a kid. Basically in Mario, within the game, sometimes you have these power-ups. There will be like the mushroom, there'll be the flower, and these things that you can collect along the way. And when you get these mushrooms and stars and flowers in the game, it kind of transforms Mario and you become like close to invincible. Not invincible, but close to invincible, right? Unless you got the star. Now, I'd like you to notice what most marketers make when it comes to a mistake. Marketers, when they try to sell something, they try to sell this as their offer. They think that the flower or the mushroom or the star is their product. So notice what they do. They're saying, hey, if you eat this flower has got just 2 petals and it's a little bit spicy, and they're describing the product as the offer, okay? And you probably see where I'm headed with this, when in fact, it's the result or the transformation that you should be focused on, okay? Now, I'd like you to think about this, how this affects each and every one of your offers right now. Like right now, just think about how you're going to make this shift in 2023 and beyond, okay? So, for example, okay, let's say Johnny, martial arts is the flower, okay? What is the transformation? So remember, every time you write an ad, every time you think about the offer, it's not about the martial arts classes. It is about your kid walking out with this transformation, building a level of discipline in their life, having an iron will mindset, right? Having the ability to pick themselves up again every time they fail, right? So you're not selling martial arts, you're selling the transformation. Next one is the USP. Okay, for 2023 and beyond, I'm thinking about the new offers that I put out there. What makes it different? What makes it unique? What separates and differentiates it from other people? Okay. So for this next segment, I'd like you to think about these three things. Okay. Now you'll notice that now, what are we gonna do well? Okay. That's over here. Okay. Now, if you try to do what it is that you do well with what it is that your competition does well, then you're going to be in this area here, which is like, who cares? Then you're the same as all these other people are doing the same exact thing. So at the same time, you want to think about what it is that the customer wants or consumer wants, but it's different from what your competitors are doing. Okay. So this over here is the sweet spot. So the winning zone over here is basically that clear point of difference that meets the needs, right? So make it even bigger. Okay, you're gonna see that our upcoming new offers, right? That's what we're focused on, right? The losing zone is over here. Okay, when the competition, right, meets what it is that your customer wants better than you, that's when you're gonna be crushed. Okay, but the who cares is when you're just doing exactly the same thing as other people, right? And over here, it's just risky, right? Because it's a very competitive battleground and you got to use a lot of things, right? Innovation, superior execution to really beat everybody else. So, second thing about your offers 2023 is what makes us different, right? Sometimes it's no longer better, right? Different is the new better, right? Think about what is the unique selling proposition. Okay, next one. When it comes to your offers, okay, number 3, I would like you to write down is, well, for my new offer, what is my bold promise? Like, if a person did this training, this done for you, this mastermind, this 90-day challenge, consuming this product for the next 30 days, can you add in some sort of bold promise? So for example, earlier this year when we did Event Codex, what was the bold promise? The bold promise is like, I promise that when you actually apply this 5-step framework, you will double your conversion the next time you run your event, or you get your money back and you get to keep the course. Okay, so that's like the bold promise. That brings us to number 4, right? Can you have some sort of guarantee or risk reversal? Okay, what's the guarantee of risk reversal? So, can you make it so that you take the risk off your audience? That says, hey, now the reason I put 2 asterisks in here is because whenever you put a guarantee or risk reversal, there will be people, a small percentage of people that will try to abuse your refund policy. Well, they'll try to buy this thing off you and try to get the entire download or the other product or training for free and then ask for a refund 24 hours later or a week later. Now, I believe that having guarantees and risk reversals are crucial for offers, but at the same time, you want to protect yourself from people who try to abuse your policy. So how do you protect yourself? By asking yourself, well, if I got my audience to actually do these steps, okay, and if it still doesn't work, I'll give them their money back. Now, this is something that we do where if you follow these steps and you apply this specific funnel and you do it these amount of times, utilizing our script, our follow-up processes and the emails, and if for some reason you don't get your investment many times over, right, we'll gladly refund you the money and you get to keep the entire training. And finally, number 5, in every offer, you gotta think about urgency. Okay, why should they take action now? So this would be bonuses, scarcity, or a compelling reason because the industry is shifting or the markets are changing, right? But why should they begin now? These are the 5 main components that I feel is the biggest moving pieces when it comes to understanding how to make it happen, right? How to make a good, compelling offer. Guys, when your sales is high enough, you'll meet all kinds of people. I have had one person ask for a refund. I'm not kidding. The record that I've had 7 years later, okay, about 2.5 years ago, like right at the start of COVID, I think this person maybe was going through a tough time. He bought something in like 2013 and he asked the support team for a refund 7 years later, okay? We've also had people coming in, buying it, where we can actually see them log in, and then literally within 5 minutes, ask for a refund. But I can tell you, fast forward till today, we've not had one person that actually applied, utilized, and executed what it is that we did and asked for a refund, right? We've never had somebody that actually utilized it and failed and asked for a refund, right? The only time it would be because of inaction. Okay, so know that whenever you have something like that, and that's why you want to have the action steps guarantee in place to protect yourself.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes to this coaching call. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what your biggest takeaway is. And as always, be sure to smash the like button. It does help the channel out a little bit. And to subscribe to this channel if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Now, some of you asking me, how can I be part of this process? How can I ask you questions? How can I have you coach me or mentor me? We want to make sure that we are working with the people that's the right fit. You'll need to fill up a form. There's a link right below this video. Somebody on my team might give you a call to interview you to see if they're right fit for each other. And if you want to apply and see if you're a good fit, then all you need to do is click on this link in the description box below and my team will be in touch with you.